Hello, everybody. This is MoveEasy Yoga, and today is June 8th, 2021. We're going to start in the ordinary fashion, just lying on the floor, supine, knees bent. You can have your knees bent, knees up on a chair or a couch. And just watching your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. And just slowing down. I'm going to go get my headphones and see if that helps with the background noise. Okay, oops. Okay, I am continuing. Let's go ahead and start with vagus nerve reset. Without moving anything but your eyeballs, shift your eyeballs to the right. And wait for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. And then come back to center and shift your eyeballs to the left and wait for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Back to center and try this 2 more times. Right, left, without my cues. Come back to center, finish up, and start a breathing practice. Let's do an extended exhale breath today. So you can put your hands behind you, beside you, or on your belly. And then on an inhale, count the length of the inhale, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on an exhale, try to make your exhale longer than your inhale. So extended exhale breath. Do 2 more breaths. And then finish up. We're going to go to hypopressives. We're going to do the bridge practice. But since Dana joined the class and she's not here today, but she has very sensitive lower back. So I'm trying to be very sensitive about lower back issues. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead, and you know that the bridge is like a little back extension. So it could be difficult if you were having lower back pain. And so if you were having lower back pain, if Dana were here, I would ask her not to lift and just do the arm movements. So, but since she's not here, here's what everybody else is going to do unless they have lower back pain. I'm going to lead you through 3 breaths, and Kathy's going to demonstrate it now. You're going to lift your hips when we start holding the breath, and take your arms overhead. And then after I count to 15, then inhale, drop your buttocks, and then drop your arms. Remember, if you have any inkling that you have lower back pain, just do the arms and nothing else. Take an inhale. And exhale. Make sure your feet are dorsiflexed. And an inhale. And exhale. Last breath, inhale. Exhale. All the way out. Hold your breath out, no breath. Lift your hips, arms overhead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale, the hips come down and the arms come down. Just stay here. You can do anything to wiggle or rock for a minute and release your back. You can hug your knees and rock from side to side. Or just hug one knee at a time. And then come back to the original position. Remember to dorsiflex your feet. We'll do the hypopressive bridge again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All the way out. No breath, count to 10. I'll count to 10. I'll count to 15 actually. Lift your hips, bring your arms overhead. 1, 2, 3, 4. You stay as long as you can. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And inhale, your hips come down and your arms come down. Let's continue with head ramping on a sponge ball. I'm kind of liking this version of head ramping these days. Just put your head on your sponge ball. We're going to do about 6 of these. So we're just going to press your head into the sponge ball. Press the back of your skull, back of your head. Hold and then release. And repeat. About 6 times. One more. Do one more. And release. And now we're going to do some supine movements for the hips. The first thing we're going to do is leg lifts. So you're starting supine with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. You can have your head on a something, a sponge ball or a brick or a stack of washcloths. And the knee lifts, you're going to do right and left. So let's alternate today. You could stay on one side, 5 or 6 on one side, 5 or 6 on the other. We're going to alternate. Keep your pelvis in neutral and lift one knee up, and then bring it down and go to the other side. Think of the movement as coming at the hip. 2. Other side. 3. And number 4. Kathy's going a little faster than I'm talking, but that's okay. 5. Slow is better. Other side. Should feel the abdominals working. Last one, 6. And come on back. Now stay in the same position and then just drop your right knee out to the right. Try to keep the hips even on the floor and then come back to the original position. And then we'll alternating. This is number 1 on the second side. Left knee drops and come on back. Number 2. Other side. Number 3. Other side. Number 4. Other side. Number 5. Hips stay even. Other side. Last one, 6. These are called bent knee drops. Other side and come back. Go ahead and bring your knees together and take your feet wide. This is just a resting position to release the sacrum. Just so you know, if you have lower back issues, this might be a really nice position to be in, although I would also recommend putting your bent knees up on a box or chair. But this spreading the feet and keeping the knees together actually releases you can imagine it releases the sacrum. Now we're going to use our therapy balls to release the glutes. You're going to take one ball. It can be any size, either size. You're going to take it out of the tote and put it in the center of the right glute. And then just let your body weight rest on this area. If this is too intense for you, you could be doing this up at the wall. Just go ahead and drop. You were going to do a knee drop over the ball. And then slowly bring it back up. This is the equivalent to a side-to-side movement. But the main movement is the leg instead of the ball. And let's do, this is the third one. Let's do 3 more after this. Just slowly dropping the knee. This number 5. And this is number 6. And now I want you to roll over the ball drop your knee all the way to the side so that you literally can feel that the ball has rolled a little forward. And now see if you can just stay here a little bit. If this is too much, you need to find another place to stay, but this is another place at the top of the IT band that is often very tender and that needs our attention. You can try to move here, or you can just stay here, or you can be at the wall. Come on back, bring your knee up. See if you can just roll in a circle. Around the glute. Actually, there are 3 glute muscles: medius, maximum, and minimus. And you'll probably, if you have a circle, you'll probably hit them all. And then whenever you can, reverse your circle. My left hamstring started cramping, so I straightened my left leg. I'm bent now again, but that might be happening to you too. So I thought I'd mention it. Just a circle. If you find a place that's especially tender and you like being there, stay there instead of circling. And breathe, always breathing, because you're releasing tension and the breath will help do that. You won't release the tension if you're holding your breath. Switch the ball to the other side, right in the middle. And the first thing you just want to do is do nothing. Remember, you could be up on the wall if it's too intense. Your body weight on your entire body weight on your ball is too much. You can be up on the wall. Go ahead and do knee drops slowly, 6 of them. I have a little bit more tenderness on this side. Two more. Come on back. Roll your hip, roll over the ball, drop your knee to the floor. Find, and your low ball is going to be in another position, hopefully. A little bit higher, a little bit deeper. And let's just stay there for a minute. And breathing and allowing some release. I feel some tingling here. You don't have to, once you find a position like this, you really don't have to move the ball for something to happen. Something is happening. And then go ahead and bring your knee up and see if you can make a circle all around the outside edge of your glute. You have to move your hips to do this. Move your hips a little bit. And then whenever you're ready, just circle the other direction. And whenever you're ready, just take the ball away and just stay here for a minute to see what it feels like to have some release some of the tension in your glutes. This is where you can be releasing the nerve that runs through the sciatic nerve. You could be releasing that with this, releasing the muscles really around the sciatic nerve and creating more space for the nerve. Bring the soles of your feet together and your knees wide, just for a butterfly, resting butterfly. If you want to, you can bring your arms up, bend your elbows, touch your fingertips above your head on the floor or near the floor. So this is a diamond. The knees and the elbows make a diamond shape. Slowly bring your knees together. Release your bent elbows in your arms and bring yourself up to a floor seated position. Let's start with a side bend, floor seated side bend. So crossing your legs or finding another floor seated position. Take your right arm slowly out to the side, left arm up and over, the top arm up and over. And we're going to stay here for 40 seconds. A little more on this side. Go ahead and take your chin forward for a different kind of a stretch.
I think you mean your elbow.
My elbow. Yes, elbow, not chin. That would have been appropriate if we were doing cervical side bends. But I'm talking about elbow. Thank you, Kathy. So the elbow comes up. The whole body comes up and switch sides. Slide your left arm up, out, or your bottom arm. Top arm up and over. And then go ahead and drop your elbow. Slowly, elbow first, then the torso up. Let's do that one more time, starting on the other side. Bottom arm slides along the mat. Top arm up and over. Nice. Stretchy. Stretchy on one side, crunchy on the other. You can do anything you want with your head. You could actually make little, move your head from side to side. And then go ahead and take your elbow forward. And come on up, elbow first, then the whole torso. Switch sides. This is the last time on this side. You want to switch your legs too while you're in this posture, or you can switch them the neck for the next movement. Periodically switching legs. Up and over. Breathing. Crunching. Stretching. And go ahead and take the elbow forward. And then bring the elbow up. Bring the torso up. Switch your legs. Or you could switch to another floor seated position. We're going to do a spine twist. Taking your left hand and putting under your right knee. Take your right arm behind you with spider fingers. So creating a spine twist. And once you get that, if you'd like to, optional, you can start to slide the rib cage side to side. but still maintain the spine twist, and try not to use your upper traps or your shoulders to slide your ribs. And slowly come out of that. Go to the other side. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind you on the floor, spider fingers. And if you'd like, add the rib cage slide. Be sure to relax your shoulders. And slowly come back. And come out of that. And the next thing we're going to do from here, go ahead and switch your legs again. We're going to do a flat back hip hinge from a floor seated position. So after last week, I've decided that I'd like to do more of these more often. So find your best upright, good posture. And then from the hips, hinge forward with the chest open as if your spine is a broomstick. So hinge forward. It's going to look a little different than if you're in a chair. And keep your chest open. And keep your cervical spine, your thoracic spine, and your lumbar spine straight. Once you find this, enjoy it for a while. I think this is actually the first step to back bends. There's a forward flat back hip hinge. And then you can use your hands, put them on the floor or on your knees to come back up slowly, still keeping a straight back. All the way up to seated. Just stay here, check your good posture. Remember, your spine is stacked, chest open, scapula squeezed or the rhomboid squeezed, and the abs are turned on. Now, from here again, so good, finding good posture, and then just folding forward, folding at the hips. Don't fold the back. And this is really nice for lower back release and tractioning the lower back. You can use your hands if you want to. You can crawl your hands in front of you along the floor and to help you maintain. So feel your back being really, really flat. Open your chest a little bit, Kathy. Just and bring your head back a little so that not that. So lift your chest. Feel it like you're lifting your chest and moving your chest forward. And then bring your head up so it's in line, your cervical is in line with your chest. Good, better. And then if you want to, you can come back, try to keep the flat, the broomstick effect as you're coming all the way back to a seated position. We're going to come up to standing. And we're going to do boomerang. We're going to do we're going to have a block. You need a thick block. We're going to do several things on the block. So your right shoulder will be at the wall, near the wall.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
We'll do another kind of hip hinge. We're going to do a dangle and we're going to do a boomerang. Let's start with boomerang. Right hip and the right shoulder facing the wall. Personal preference, how far the brick is out, just so you know. And then you're going to stand on, you should put your inside leg on the brick. And then cross your ankle, your other ankle over in front of the ankle of the foot that's on the brick. Now, outside arm up and over. And then try to get it onto the wall or as much as you can get. This is a boomerang, but it's a standing side bend. And you're letting your arm and your armpit help you do that. And the reason the brick is personal preference is because you need to be out far enough so that your other arm can be near the wall, but not squished into the wall. Come on back out of this. We're going to stay on this side. We're going to do two more things. The leg, outside leg dangles. We're going to do a dangle. So this is not, you're not really moving the leg so as much as you're letting it move. It's not a lifting and a back and forth position. It's more of a pendulum, swinging, back and forth. The swing happens because you're standing on a brick and you have your outside foot is just dangling off the brick. You can do this, you could do this on a curb as long as you have something to hold on to. Probably you don't need to be leaning into the wall, Kathy. You can be standing now. This is, can you stand up straight off of the wall?
On one foot?
One foot. Oh, is that? Let me try this on my own.
My feet very well.
Okay, let me see something. Yeah, put your hand on the wall, but not your shoulder.
Okay.
Your hand's on the wall, you're standing up tall, and you're dangling your foot. Yeah. And that might require you to be a little farther away from the wall than you thought you had to be. The last one you're going to do is still on the brick. And you're going to just do a hip hike. So the dangling leg and the hip on that side is going to just lift and go towards the armpit. Lift, it's a hip hike. Do about 6 of those. Switch sides. Still standing on the brick. First time you're going to do the boomerang. So the the outside leg is going to cross over. The ankle is going to cross over. And then your right arm, your arm comes up and over. And tries to get onto the wall. And just staying here and breathing. And then come all the way back. Back to standing straight, good posture, and a dangling leg. Your knee is soft. back and forth, back and forth. This creates a lot of nice space in the hip. The last thing you're going to do here on this side is a hip hinge. Just lifting the hip. The hip is coming, the top of the pelvis is coming up towards the armpit. And when you finish that, we're going to go stay here. And we're going to do a hip hinge at the wall again. So you're going to be facing the wall about an arm's length from the wall, or an arm's length and a little more. And this is an experiment, but you're going to, from there, hip hinge. So we're hinging at the hip, flat back, flat back, flat back. When you get as far as you can go, bring your arms up. Hopefully you can, by that time, they can be on the wall. Good, good. So from here, just stay here and stretch. You can bend your knees if you want, bend in. So Kathy made an adjustment and she had to start all over again, which is, I think, is a really good idea. Because you don't want to adjust from within an awkward position. You can bend your knees and straighten them. So this is another flat back hip hinge. It's actually called down dog at the wall. But you need to find a length between your buttocks and the wall, all the way along your spine. Push away. Get long, feel long and straight along the spine. You can alternate your knee bends, one bend one knee and then the other. You could also do this on a chair with your hands on a chair or the back of a couch. So it doesn't have to be the wall, or a counter, or a bookcase, as long as the bookcase won't fall on you. Okay, let's now go to back bend at the wall. So facing the wall, facing your back to the wall, sorry.
Let me adjust a little bit here.
If you have lower back pain right now, or you tend to get lower back pain with back bends, then I'm going to show you an alternative. Or just sit this one out. Arms, but you want to get into good posture and then bring your arms overhead and to the wall. And we're going to stay here for 40 seconds to build new bone density. There's a seated position that's a little less intense than this. You would be sitting on a chair. You would bring your arms behind you, hold on to the back of the chair or the base of the chair, and then just lift your chest up using your arms to help you do that. So that's an alternative. If that's too much, just sitting in a chair with good, or standing with good posture is a good beginning. Or preparation for back bending. Okay, come back down. We're going to do spine twist at the wall. We can do 2 spine twists today. Lucky you. Shoulder, right shoulder at the wall. Right foot forward, left foot back. Bend your elbows. Rotate your thoracic spine and stay there. Let your elbows, your forearms create shape and also allow you a bigger spine twist. Just breathing and waiting. We do this for 40 seconds so that it builds new bone. Come on back. Switch sides. Left shoulder at the wall, left foot forward, right foot back. Bend your elbows. Create a spine twist. Let the wall and your bent elbows help you do that. If you have lower back pain, I think spine, there's a controversy about this. Should you not spine twist? I say spine twist, but make it more gentle. Don't go as far. Come on back. Find your way onto the floor. Or a back extension. But I'm going to show you some alternatives. This was actually for Dana, thinking about Dana, who had a flare up after her class with us last week.
Oh, dear.
So, but she has an issue that where she doesn't know she's gone too far till the next day. She can't gauge how far to go. It's not only her issue. It has a name actually, but I don't remember it. So I'm going to show you a couple of things to do if you start to notice. If you're luckier than Dana, then you can notice when you have back issues, lower back issues, right on the spot. So let me say, Kathy, go ahead and fold your arms in front of you, like a crocodile. This is actually a little bit of a back bend. Just fold your arms in front of you and rest your head on your arms. Yes, this is the first thing you could do instead of a prone back extension. Just this, and actually it's good for everybody. And then the next one is elbow proning, which Kathy started to do. You can be up on your elbows and just be here and breathing. This is actually a really nice way to create more space in the respiratory system. But it's also a small back bend. You can maybe see that. You could do either of those instead of the back extension we do, which is pretty intense. The other thing you could do is you could go straight to the one we're going to do next, which is the thoracic release, right and left. But I'm not going to show you that one, but we're going to go ahead and do the back. Well, maybe we should do that. Let's do that one first instead, just for fun. So we're going to do it first so that you know that you could do this instead of a prone back extension. So go ahead, look right, take your right leg up, over and behind the left leg, and then just stay here for any amount of time. So you can I like to do this after the back extension, just to do a counter pose, but you could do this instead of the back extension. And the reason it's good is sometimes the lower back issues have to do with upper back tightness, and this actually releases the tension and tightness in the upper back. Go ahead and switch sides. We'll do one of these and then we'll go back to the prone back extension. Look left, left leg up, left leg over. The only rule here is to keep your chest, your armpits, your arms on the floor. I hope you guys are doing a lot of this one, actually. You can do this before you get out of bed. You can't do it on the couch because it requires a more arm space than that. You can do it on the floor. Come on back. Now we're going to do the back extension, the traditional back extension. Arms at the hips, alongside the body, palms up. Inhale to prepare and exhale. Just lift the chest, the arms, and the head. Drop your chin a little bit, Kathy. So, yeah. Stay here. And if you want to, you could come up a little higher. Bring yourself up a little higher. Go ahead and keep breathing. You should feel the core. What's happening also is the back extensors are getting stronger, and the vertebra are getting, the bone is getting stronger. A very good pose, but not if it bothers your lower back. If you feel anything in the lower back, modify it or go to the modifications I mentioned. Come on down. Inhale again. We're going to go up and come into airplane. And exhale, come on up. And then inhale. And now exhale, arms out into airplane. And just stay here and breathe. And if you want to, you can lift your chest a little higher. And then inhale. We'll do one more thoracic release. So caught in a T, arms in a T, on the floor looking to the right, right leg up and over. You can bend your knee, you can wiggle your toes, you can do anything with the lower body. Upper body is staying facing down, arms, chest, armpits on the floor. And switch sides. Look left. Left leg comes up, over. Once you loosen up your back a little bit here, you will make a spinal adjustment with this movement. That's my experience. And come on back. Find your way onto your back for yoga and Nidra, 61-point guided meditation. Okay, I do want to say that a friend of mine who I had told about my class wasn't able to make the class. I talked to her the other day and she said that she has been doing one or more of my videos a week since August. So I said, well, I must have some invisible students. She said she said she wanted to do them all before she came to class. I'm like, you'll never catch up. You can't, that's unworkable, but there she is out there doing that. So I loved hearing that, actually. Go ahead and start to notice your breath. And the rise and fall of the breath of the belly as you breathe. And now bring your attention and your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, heart, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided meditation. Go ahead and extend your legs, bring your arms overhead, stretch in both directions, wiggle right side, left side, both sides. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And go ahead and circle your ankles and your wrists. And then hug your right knee to your chest. And then your left. And then have both knees to your chest and rock from side to side. Releasing your lower back. And then at some point, roll all the way over to your side lying, bottom arm as a pillow, and use your palm of your top arm hand to bring yourself up to seated. Try not to round your back. I'm going to remove the spotlight. I'm going to put us on gallery view. Everybody unmute yourself. And I'm going to close in the ordinary fashion. Just pressing really hard first. Palms together, pressing. Sit tall. If you can press your palms and find your scapula. Then go ahead and release and relax the palms, but keep them in prayer pose. Lift your skull, the base of your skull up away from your shoulders so that you can round forward just with your skull, not with your spine. Skull nods, bows. We are noticing and acknowledging the light in each other. And noticing and knowing that we're all one light. And we'll close the class by saying to each other, Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Very nice. Now, if I can pause.